Halfbreed Billy Graham, leader of Cult Fiction, with yet another interesting YouTube video for everyone. I am presently standing at a place in Los Angeles County, actually within the city limits, known mostly as Murphy's Ranch. But indeed, this structure that I'm standing in right now is the center of a Nazi compound that was built prior to World War II. It was built by an organization known as the Silver Shirts, a bunch of elite, wealthy Los Angeles citizens who latched onto the ideology of Adolf Hitler and started following him here. And believe it or not, I mean, this completely blew my mind when someone very close to me brought this to my attention, that this place actually existed. These people built this entire compound. This was a generating station and fuel station here. There's a large water gathering tower, reservoir, meat lockers, all kinds of things. There's 1,000 cement steps that lead down to this last, down the slope to get to this last part, to get here to the center of this place. I guess why I'm talking to you about it is that the state of California has plans to demolish this structure and erase all memory of this secret Nazi compound here in Los Angeles, California. I am opposed to that. Why am I opposed to it? Well, I certainly, being half-breed Billy Graham, those of you that know me, I'm no Nazi sympathizer, I'm no fascist. I'm a person that believes very strongly in freedom. And one of the things I think that goes with freedom is the freedom of information. And for way too long, in my own humble opinion, there's been a reinvention of history as it happens, an erasing of information, and a changing of the truth. So I think that what I'd like to say today is I'm completely opposed to the destruction of this secret Nazi compound here on Murphy's Ranch in California. And the reason I say that is I don't think that anything can be learned by erasing something as if it never happened. And certainly the United States has always been a place that's had people, you know, as many people as are in the mainstream and in the center of thought, whether it be political, ideological, religious. Certainly the United States is known for its diversity of the weirdest, you know, quirky thoughts and ideologies that you can imagine. And certainly before the onset of World War II, for a group of wealthy Nazis to be building a huge compound, fully functioning, with the intent that someday Adolf Hitler would arrive here in triumph and take up residence here, and that Los Angeles would become the Western capital of the Third Reich, I think is something that future generations should be made aware of and should be allowed to come and decide. Now, the reverse side of that coin, interestingly, when we were filming this video, a couple park rangers came by to ask us what we were doing. And they obviously would like to see this gone for reasons that have nothing to do with history. It has to do with the element of people that come here, the graffiti, drug use, pollution, and because people are not just, the graffiti here, of course, looks very impressive if you're into street and urban art, but the problem is the people that are hiking up through the state park are vandalizing and spray painting the natural beauty of the trees and the rocks and things like that. There's also another issue that because this was a fuel station and a power generating station, there's a lot of pollution from the fuels that were stored here leaking out into the elements. So it's a real dilemma because no one really seems to know where this is going right now. I myself would like to see not only this place not demolished, I would like to see it restored, protected, and turned into some kind of museum to what was going on with Nazi support of, you know, Adolf Hitler prior to World War II. And not because I support Adolf Hitler or Nazism, but because I think that by keeping people aware that this all actually occurred. I mean, American Nazis were holding huge rallies in Madison Square Garden on the East Coast, and with pictures of George Washington right next to Adolf Hitler. And here, they were building this huge complex to prepare the way for a Nazi takeover, which of course was a ludicrous notion. We all know that that would never happen. The couple, I believe their name was Schmidt, that were at the center of this. I might be mistaken if I'm wrong. They eventually were arrested after, I believe, Pearl Harbor. it was, that they were arrested for espionage. And I'm not really sure whether they were executed or whether they spent the rest of their life in prison. But, you know, once that happened, this compound was taken out of the hands of the Silver Shirts. And later, years later, I think it became some type of artist colony from what we know. But so all I'm saying is let's not just plow over history because it's something that's distasteful. Let's just, you know, let's think about this and think that maybe in the future this would serve as a place for people to learn about not falling into a strange ideology. So let's save Hitler's secret compound in Los Angeles, California, people.